Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have the privilege to be sitting here talking about new Dayoung music so soon after her previous release, yet here we are and it feels so good. It's no secret that Body was a smash hit. I mean, the song and dance challenge were all over my feed. Was I already a diehard Ujung? Yes, but Dayoung made sure that Body and Number One Rockstar were on everyone's screens. Just over half a year later, she made her comeback with What's a Girl to Do. Let me tell you, our girl is working overtime. And actually, I think more idols should move like her. Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. This video won't really be my traditional style review because I wanted to focus more on her and the rollout rather than just the songs. So please let me know if you enjoy this format since it's a bit more relaxed, but also more personal I feel, since you get to know more of my general opinion about the artist and era rather than just album thoughts. Speaking of artist thoughts, one thing I've noticed over the past few years in K-pop is that a lot of idols almost feel overly curated now. Everything is polished to death. Every interview answer sounds media trained within an inch of its life to avoid drama or controversy. Every TikTok feels manufactured. All specifically designed to generate engagement and profit off people with a 7-second attention span. Because of that, a lot of times idols stop feeling like people and start feeling like products being rotated around on a conveyor belt. And unfortunately, that's been the standard for a while. But not Dayoung. This woman has been everywhere promoting this comeback. Korean interviews, YouTube content, variety appearances, international press, random viral clips. It genuinely feels like every time I open social media, she's doing another interview, another challenge, another performance, another chaotic moment to get people talking. And honestly, I respect it so much because you can feel how badly she wants this. Not in a desperate, please validate me way, but in the way of somebody who clearly loves performing, loves entertaining people, and understands that attention and entertainment is something you actively fight for, especially as a senior idol in a very oversaturated industry. Because, let's be real for a second, being in WJSN is not easy right now. The group has been in this weird limbo state for a while. Yeah, they threw us a bone with the 10th anniversary single, but that made no noise. The members have gone in different directions, activities have slowed down, contracts changed, and for a lot of casual fans, the group isn't even in a lot of conversations anymore the way they were during their peak years. But that's just the unfortunate reality of how fast the K-pop industry moves nowadays. So seeing Dayoung attack this comeback cycle with this much energy feels refreshing to me. Because sometimes idols hit a certain point in their career and start moving like they're already semi-retired, which, to be fair, after years of idol schedules, I completely understand. But Dayoung feels like the exact opposite. She feels reinvigorated, like she woke up and said, "You're gonna love me." And guess what? It's working. On April 7th, she came back with her new single, What's a Girl to Do, accompanied by the B-side, Priceless, Ka-ching Ka-ching. I want to start off by saying these songs have been on repeat for me. What's a Girl to Do especially has been stuck in my head. Genuinely, I feel Dayoung, Eric Nam, and their team are a match made in heaven. I feel like they understand each other perfectly and are able to highlight Dayoung's best qualities. What's a Girl to Do is nothing groundbreaking lyrically or sonically. However, I find it extremely refreshing in the current K-pop climate. Now, everyone's releasing dance pop adjacent party music, but Dayoung stuck to her guns and broadened her musical identity to more R&B. But truly, what surprised me most were the lyrics, and I'm really happy with how direct, flirty, and unapologetically sensual they are. The lyrics detail the cheeky, intentional excuses a girl makes to be near her crush. This includes accidentally leaving clothes in their room just to have a reason to return, or staging chance encounters that look like surprises but were actually fully planned. Rather than sugarcoating or hiding feelings of longing, Dayoung explicitly sings about scheming to, quote, get in your head. It encourages listeners to have courage, confidence, and self-worth when pursuing love. When I say it like that, it's all sunshine and rainbows. But when we read some of these lines verbatim, girl, the first verse itself left me with my mouth wide open. Quote, "This bed's been feeling way too empty. I'm up just dreaming back to when we start. You and me in the back of that bar. We So Explicit had to say sorry, but want your mornings and more things. Like, oh my god, time and place. Jokes aside, I really do appreciate how she's singing about more mature topics in a way that doesn't feel forced. When she first came out as a soloist, I feared the sexy cool girl concept was an attempt to separate her from the Chocomi image everyone had of her. But watching interviews, it's become pretty clear that this is the real Dayoung. So making something that's true to her and also mature and sexy, for me, is a win-win. My only drawback to the song would be its length. At 2 minutes and 10 seconds, the song is criminally short, but I'll take what I can get. While on the topic of songs, the B-side Priceless is also really good. It's an empowering, self-assured anthem about high self-worth, unapologetic confidence, and demanding a partner who treats you like luxury. The song uses material, high-fashion metaphors to emphasize that her love cannot be bought cheaply. Throughout it, Dayoung compares herself to rare, expensive items like a Birkin bag or an uncut diamond. The central theme is that her personal value, i.e., her hair, nails, and general presence, is completely invaluable. The lyrics explicitly state, quote, "No cheap love, I want that top shelf man." It's a warning to suitors that they cannot take her for granted or win her over with the bare minimum effort. In the bridge, she directly challenges a partner to step up their game. She uses gambling terminology, telling them that if they want to, quote, win the lottery or hit the jackpot by being with her, they have to put in the work. Plus, the recurring phrase, ka-ching ka-ching, mimics the stereotypical sound of a cash register, but the lyrics contrast this by repeating, "Can't put a price on this, baby, I'm priceless." It asserts that despite all the luxury talk, her true essence is beyond money. Musically, the song is a great foil to the title track. It contrasts it by leaning into a more upbeat rhythmic production. It features a prominent piano riff and fast-paced heavy drums that build a strong girl boss energy to match the lyrics. Truthfully, this song and just her overall delivery have captured me in such a way that even I'm amazed I haven't gotten tired of it or her. Even with her being everywhere this promotional cycle, it feels fresh and interesting every time I watch her talk. On that same topic, one thing I especially appreciate is how willing she is to engage internationally. A lot of idols still primarily promote within Korea or Japan, maybe dipping their toes into Western media every once in a while, but Dayoung genuinely seems eager to connect outside that bubble. Whether it's overseas interviews or general content aimed at broader audiences, she feels aware that fandoms today are global. And honestly, that mindset matters. K-pop is no longer an industry where you can only rely on domestic attention. I mean, some groups survive almost entirely off international fan bases now, so idols who understand the importance of building those connections are honestly playing the long game. But beyond strategy, I think what makes Dayoung stand out is that she feels genuinely charismatic in these appearances. Like, she actually has personality. And I know, that's like the bare minimum for an entertainer, but y'all know exactly what I mean. There are some idols who walk into interviews looking spiritually exhausted or like they don't want to be there. Could it be nerves or a multitude of other reasons? Of course. But it feels like you ask them their favorite food and somehow they answer like they're being interrogated by the FBI. I do understand that audience reaction has a lot to do with it though. Think like the "I like pancakes, oh, so you hate waffles" mentality. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But going back to it, Dayoung walks into content ready to work. She jokes around, commits to the bit, she exaggerates, she reacts loudly. She creates moments that people actually remember afterward. That kind of energy is what builds loyal fans because people become attached not just to the music, but to the person behind it. And honestly, I think that's part of why so many clips of her have been circulating recently. Even people who weren't previously paying attention are suddenly going, "Wait, she's actually really funny," or "Her English has gotten so good." That kind of organic attention is so valuable. And I also think there's something admirable about seeing a senior idol still have this much drive. It also feels crazy calling her a senior idol when she's like 26. But anyways, because by this point, Dayoung could absolutely just coast off her existing fanbase if she wanted to. A lot of idols do. But instead, she's out here promoting like she has something to prove. And maybe she does. When watching the Zach Sang Show interview as well as the one she did with Eric Nam, it became very clear to me that my initial fear of Body being her one and only single wasn't unfounded. She's mentioned multiple times that she felt the industry was oversaturated, that there wasn't really a place for her. but she still wanted to do it, so she went to the US without her company knowing, and she worked on and recorded her first single album. She then walked up to the CEO of Starship and said, "I want to make history."
And that's what this is.
No, but in all seriousness, they gave her the green light after proving herself to them with the material she brought back. Honestly, to me it's a bit sad and disheartening she felt she had to go that route, but at the same time, I don't blame her. Using her groupmate Soloist's debut as an example, it really flew under the radar, to the point I didn't really know it was happening at the time. And honestly, I think Dayoung and Starship saw that and were worried. So even if it could have been her last, Dayoung gave her all when preparing Gonna Love Me Right. And it paid off. After her music show win, she shared that she was thinking, "Oh my god, this means I can put out more music."
Right after I won the show, my head was like, oh, maybe I could do music more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I proved myself to everyone. Because first I released my Gonna Love Me Right, I prepared for it was gonna be my first and maybe it was gonna be my last album. Yeah, I thought about that. Because it's already fully packed this industry. So like I thought there's no spot or space I could stand out.
And I'm so glad she did. During the interview with Eric Nam, if I understood correctly, she's even working on additional music besides this single. Personally, I really hope it's a mini album or a regular studio album if she wants to go the Western artist route. Seeing her everywhere makes me so happy that she still believes in herself as an entertainer, because she deserves space in the industry. And personally, I love seeing that hunger, because at the end of the day, K-pop is entertainment. I want idols to entertain me. I want them to be memorable. I want them to fight for people's attention instead of acting too cool to care. That doesn't mean being fake or obnoxious, it just means showing passion, showing effort and personality, and Dayoung has been doing all of that. Honestly, I think a lot of younger idols could learn from her rollout, especially in an era where so much promotion feels overly dependent on virality and algorithms. Sometimes what actually makes people care is simply seeing somebody who's fully committed and clearly enjoying themselves. And that's the vibe I get from Dayoung right now. Hungry? Absolutely. But desperate? Not even remotely. If anything, she just seems excited to remind people exactly why she's lasted this long in the industry in the first place. When you see her, you can tell that she loves her job. She's singing live, doing impressive choreo, giving us look after look. Her work ethic and the way she speaks about her journey and career is truly inspiring. I can't wait to see how far she'll go, and I hope the world is able to notice her. Cause to me, it feels like she's laying the groundwork to become an artist, not just an idol. But that's it for today. Wow, a double upload. Aren't you guys lucky? Jokes aside, thank you so much for the support on the Univid. It performed much better than I anticipated, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one just as much. I also want to make a separate video talking about the death and subtle revival of the sexy concept, mostly inspired by Dayoung. So if you're interested in that, please be on the lookout for it in the next coming weeks. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click that bell icon so you're notified every time I post a video. Tell me in the comments down below, did you like this single, and are you excited to see what she'll put out next? Personally, I'm super hyped. I just hope Starship doesn't ruin it. But remember that I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye!